Prince Harry is scheduled to take the witness stand at London's High Court on January 22nd, marking a significant moment in his ongoing legal battle against Associated Newspapers, the publisher of the Daily Mail. This appearance will constitute the Prince's second court testimony in as many years, a historic development given that he became the first British royal in 130 years to give evidence in a courtroom when he testified in his successful 2023 case against Mirror Group newspapers. The 9-week trial, which commences on Monday at the High Court, involves not only the Prince, but also a coalition of high-profile claimants, including singer Elton John, his husband David Furnish, actors Liz Hurley and Sadie Frost, former Member of Parliament Simon Hughes, and anti-racism campaigner Doreen Lawrence, who serves in the House of Lords. Harry's lawsuit centres on allegations of unlawful information gathering spanning 3 decades, claims that Associated Newspapers vehemently denies, with the publisher's legal team characterising the accusations as preposterous smears against its journalists. The legal proceedings promise to be contentious, with Associated planning to argue that members of the claimant's legal team engaged in a conspiracy to conceal knowledge of alleged wrongdoing at the Mail from certain claimants, a strategy that has already drawn objections from the claimant's representatives. This case represents Harry's final remaining legal action against the British press, part of his stated mission to hold media executives and editors accountable for what he views as the systematic abuse of their power. Prince Harry leads legal battle against Daily Mail over decades of alleged press misconduct. Prince Harry is spearheading a significant lawsuit against Associated Newspapers, the publisher of the Daily Mail, alleging unlawful information gathering practices that stretch back 3 decades. The high-stakes case, set to commence Monday at London's High Court, represents one of the most closely watched media trials in recent years. Alongside the Prince, 6 other prominent British figures have joined the legal action, including music legend Elton John, his husband David Furnish, actresses Liz Hurley and Sadie Frost, former Member of Parliament Simon Hughes, and anti-racism advocate Doreen Lawrence, who serves in the House of Lords. This 9-week trial marks a pivotal moment in the ongoing struggle between public figures and tabloid journalism, with claimants prepared to present evidence before the court beginning next Monday. Prince Harry's courtroom return, a historic second appearance. Prince Harry is set to take the witness stand on January 22nd in what marks his second court appearance in 3 years, as he continues his legal battle against the publisher of the Daily Mail. This upcoming testimony represents a significant moment in British legal history, as the Prince will become the first British royal to testify in a court of law, a distinction he first achieved in 2023 when he appeared as a witness in his successful lawsuit against Mirror Group newspapers. The upcoming 9-week trial at London's High Court will see Harry join fellow claimants, including singer Elton John and several other prominent British figures, in their privacy lawsuits against Associated Newspapers, bringing the Prince back to British courts for what promises to be another high-stakes legal confrontation with the nation's media establishment. Prince Harry's landmark lawsuit against Daily Mail draws multiple high-profile claimants. Beyond Prince Harry's own involvement in the case, the lawsuit encompasses a diverse group of prominent British figures seeking justice against the Daily Mail's publisher. Singer Elton John and his husband David Furnish are among the key claimants, though they have indicated their intention to give evidence remotely in February, rather than appearing in person at London's High Court. Joining them in the legal action are actors Liz Hurley and Sadie Frost, whose careers have similarly been affected by the alleged unlawful information-gathering practices under investigation. The claimants' roster is rounded out by former lawmaker Simon Hughes and Doreen Lawrence, a prominent anti-racism campaigner who now sits in the House of Lords, demonstrating the breadth of individuals affected by the publisher's alleged misconduct over the past 3 decades. Associated Newspapers dismisses claims as preposterous smears. In high-profile privacy, lawsuit Associated Newspapers has firmly rejected all allegations of wrongdoing in connection with the Daily Mail's reporting practices, characterizing the claimant's accusations as preposterous smears levelled against its journalists. The publisher maintains that there is no factual basis supporting the legal action brought by Prince Harry, Elton John, and the 5 other high-profile figures seeking damages for alleged unlawful information gathering, spanning 3 decades. Beyond the outright denial, Associated's defense strategy extends to a more aggressive posture, with the publisher preparing to argue that members of the claimant's legal team engaged in a deliberate conspiracy to conceal evidence of alleged wrongdoing at the Mail from certain claimants themselves, an accusation so severe that it prompted heated debate during Thursday's pre-trial hearing, with a lawyer for the claimants objecting strenuously to what he characterized as unfounded allegations of fraud, dishonesty and conspiracy being introduced at trial. Prince Harry's lawsuit against Daily Mail, key witness and evidence issues. A significant complication has emerged in the case regarding former private investigator Gavin Burrows, who has since retracted his original witness statement in which he claimed to have carried out unlawful activities on behalf of Associated Newspapers. Burrows' legal representative has raised concerns about his client's willingness to provide live testimony, arguing that appearing in court could expose him to personal risk. The judge is now tasked with determining whether Burrows will ultimately be compelled to give evidence at trial, a decision that could prove crucial to the claimant's case against the Daily Mail publisher. Prince Harry's legal battle against the press, a pattern of victories. Prince Harry's legal campaign against the British media has already yielded significant victories that underscore the seriousness of his grievances. In 2023, the Prince made history by becoming the first British royal to give evidence in court in 130 years, ultimately winning his case against Mirror Group newspapers, a landmark moment that demonstrated his willingness to challenge powerful media institutions. Following this success, Harry settled his lawsuit against Rupert Murdoch's News Group newspapers last year, securing not only financial damages but also a formal apology for the privacy breaches committed against him and his late mother, Princess Diana. These consecutive triumphs have established a compelling precedent, strengthening his position as he enters the High Court to face yet another media giant, with the Daily Mail case representing his final remaining legal battle against the UK press. Prince Harry's legal crusade against British media establishment. This lawsuit represents Harry's final remaining case against UK press organisations, part of what he characterises as his broader mission to cleanse the British media landscape of abusive executives and editors who have wielded their power without restraint. Since 2019, Harry and his wife Meghan have systematically pursued legal action against media organisations, with this case against Associated Newspapers marking the last of these efforts. The Prince's determination to pursue this path is rooted in decades of personal grievance. He has consistently attributed responsibility for his mother, Princess Diana's tragic death in a 1997 Paris car crash, to the relentless pursuit of paparazzi and the press culture that enabled such invasive behaviour, an event that has cast a long shadow over his relationship with British media institutions. Prince Harry's current status as California resident and final legal battle against UK press. The Prince, who now resides in California following his departure from royal duties, is not anticipated to encounter his father during his time in Britain for the proceedings. This lawsuit represents Harry's final remaining case against the UK press, marking the conclusion of a prolonged legal campaign that has consumed much of his attention since 2019. In a significant setback for associated newspapers, the publishers' attempt to dismiss the cases in 2023 on the grounds that they had been filed beyond the statute of limitations proved unsuccessful, allowing the lawsuit to move forward to trial. The stakes of this confrontation are particularly high, given the publisher's aggressive defense strategy, which includes claims that the claimant's legal representatives engaged in a conspiracy to conceal knowledge of wrongdoing. Accusations that underscore the bitter nature of this high-stakes dispute between the royal and one of Britain's most prominent media organisations.